Hey guys, this is the Theater Kid from Derpy Squid Films, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make this heap of rubber bands turn into a perfect triple single rainbow loom bracelet. Now your ingredients will be a rainbow loom, any kind of rainbow loom hook or crochet hook, and some rubber bands. Oh, and also you need a C-clip. Let's get started. Okay, so first I'm going to use my loom and just a few red rubber bands. Let's get started. So, first I'm going to make sure the arrow is pointing up. The red arrow in the middle loom rack has to be pointing up at all times when you're making this bracelet. So, I am going to stretch a rubber band from this peg over to this peg. And then I'm going to stretch a rubber band from this peg to this peg. And then from this peg to this peg, and just keep going up until you reach that very top peg. And then we'll start with step 2. Okay, now that I have my first row done, let's go back to the bottom and start with the white bands. I'm going to take one white rubber band and stretch a peg, or a rubber band, from this peg to this peg. And then from this peg to this peg, and from this peg to this peg. And then I'll keep stretching them all the way up until that very top peg. Okay, now we've officially finished the first 2 rows. So now let's go to the blue color. I'll push this down, and then I'll take a blue rubber band from this peg to this peg. Should look like that. And then I'll take a rubber band from this peg, from this peg to this peg. Oh, sorry. And then I'll take a rubber band from this peg to this peg. And then I'll just keep going all the way up until I've reached this peg. Okay, now that I've placed all the blue rubber bands up the 3rd row, it's time to place the black V's. So, I will skip these 3 pegs and just go from these 3 pegs. And so, I'll take a black band like this, and I will, and then I will stretch it from here to here, and then from there to here. And then I will take another black band, and go from here to here to here. And then I'll just keep making those V's, even on those top 3 pegs, and then I'll show you how to continue from there. Okay, now that I've placed all the V rubber bands, it's time to start looping. So, what you want to do is now make sure that the red arrow right there is facing towards you, or down in this case. So what you want to do is you'll want to take your hook and go inside here and pull the blue rubber band up and over onto the peg in front of it. So it should look like that. Then you'll go inside the one you just looped and pull back this black V rubber band with the back of your hook, and then grab the blue one that's under it and just loop it over onto the one in front of it. And then one more time, pull back the black V rubber band and just scoop up this blue one on the bottom and pull it onto the one in front of it. And then keep going until you've reached this very top peg. Okay, now that I've finished looping the blue row, my loom should look something like this. And make sure that you get into this top rubber band peg. And so you go back to the bottom for step 2, and you take the white rubber band right down here and grab it and pull it over onto the one in front of it. And now for this center row, you don't have to worry about like looping over the black V's or pulling them back anymore. So I'll just keep looping it into the band in front of it until I reach the very top middle peg. Okay, now that you've finished the white row, your loom should look something like this. Okay, now I'll take the red that is under this black band, this big stretched out black band, and just grab it with the hook, pull it on over itself. And now on this row you do have to worry about pulling back the black V's, and so the black triangle V's. So you'll just loop it onto the one in front of it like this. And keep doing that until you reach the very, very middle top peg. Okay, now that I've finished looping all the bands, it's time for the tricky part. So now, what you want to do is you want to take another band for the extension. I like choosing the middle color of my triple single, which is white. I don't know why I like it, it just looks more full that way. So, I'll take a white, and I will also take my hook, put the white down, take my hook, and stick it right in this peg, and push it out so it looks like that. Make sure it gets under every single one of those bands. And now, I will use my white. So, I will pull this band onto the hook, and then pull it right up through there. Here, one second, I'll get it down. Okay, and so I'll pull it right through there, and then I'll stick this part of the rubber band onto the hook and sort of push it back like that. Now it's time to make the extension. So what you want to do is, before you make the extension, you want to take your hook, and just pull the whole thing off of the loom like this. So now it'll look like this. And you want to like stretch it out a little bit so it can get more even. And now I will start the extension. Now there are many different ways to make an extension for the triple single, but I prefer using this way. So what I want to do is I want to keep my fingers like this and just take one of these white rubber bands, and just transfer this onto my other two fingers, and take my white and just loop it onto this like you're making a single with your hands. So it's like this, and then you can let go of the bottom one. And then I'll stretch this onto my fingers and take another white one and loop this onto this one, like this. And then it'll look like that. And then I'll stretch this onto my 2 fingers as well and add the final band of the extension. And so you will take your C-clip. Where did I put that guy? You will take your C-clip and you'll put it on this. Make sure it gets onto the thing. So, and then you can let go of it. And then connect the end of the C-clip to this big black band. Like, oh sorry, here, 1 second. Like this. And then I'll connect it. And this is the finished triple single bracelet. I will have a link to Derpy Squid intro, and I have 2 other friends that helped create this, and actually another friend that films all of it. So check it out, subscribe, like, comment, and follow. Thank you. Bye.